I have two brief questions I'd like to ask, if I may. When you were carrying out that incredible moonwalk, did you find that the surface was equally firm anywhere, or were there harder and softer spots that you could detect? And secondly, when you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars and the solar corona in spite of the glare?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon by eye without looking through the optics. I don't recall during the period of time that we were photographing the solar corona what stars we could see. I don't remember seeing any.
Oh, you mean all those little spots are not tasty chocolate chips?
I'm afraid not, Cookie Monster, but you know, I'll bet that if you ever got there, you would still love it.
Yeah.
The stars all around are even brighter than they are here.
The sky, of course, was black, but it had sort of a velvet sheen to it. The biggest visual surprise was just how black the sky was. You have a brilliant sun, brighter than any sun you normally would see, even here in New Mexico. You have these extraordinarily high mountains. We were in a valley deeper than the Grand Canyon. But then you have this black sky, a sky blacker than black.
Does space ever end? No. Can you see the space station from Earth?
Yes.
Sure. Can you see stars from space?
Yes.
Yeah.
The sky is deep black when viewed from the moon, as it is when viewed from cislunar space, the space between the Earth and the moon. The Earth is the only visible object other than the sun that can be seen.
Since the moon has no atmosphere, then a daytime picture, if you're there in the daytime of the moon, you see a full night sky of stars, even with the sun in the sky as well.
It's an unfathomable blackness, like with a texture you feel like you could stick your hand into.
And that when I look out at the stars and I see, so many stars and planets. And
it's the darkest black you can imagine.
See stars if we're on the dark side of Earth and planets.
There really are billions and billions of stars, and you can see them. In fact, they're so numerous, it's very difficult to pick out the constellations you and I see here on the ground.
It's not a black void. I mean, it's black, but there's all kinds of little polka dots.
There's all the stars there. The cool thing is about it, you can see it during the day.
Yeah, you can, and there's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons.
You see the gas Magellan clouds of the Milky Way galaxy.
You see the Magellanic Cloud. You can see the zodiacal light.
So the gold medal goes to Team Stars, the silver medal goes to Team No Stars, and the bronze medal goes to Team Massengill Vagellinic Douchebags. But in all seriousness, I could have made a team for each astronaut because they all have their own twist on what you see up there. So all of the Apollo astronauts, as well as the older astronauts, otherwise known as Team No Stars, describing the black void, they flew in like the U-2 spy planes, like the real high altitude where you literally would see the black void and no stars. So I think that is partially true testimony, just not from space or the moon. Then you have Team Stars, whose testimonies are just all over the damn place. They're just going by what they think they should answer or what they think they should see. There's a couple of them who answer like Team No Stars, but I don't think half of them or most of them have been up that high. But what's noteworthy to me, I mean, besides the fact that they just contradict the shit out of each other, is that Michael Collins said that he don't remember seeing any. Now let's remember, he never stepped foot on the moon. He orbited the moon, multiple times a day. So what would he have had to do except look out the damn window at the stars? And for him to say he don't remember seeing any in his first interview back, that speaks volumes to me. That shows it's all horseshit. Because all he would have had to do is twiddle his thumbs and look at the stars. And remember, since he was orbiting the moon several times a day, he would have spent half his time in the dark side of the moon, and he would have seen the best light show ever, the way the douchebags describe it. he would have seen the Massengill zodiacal vaginas. But on a more serious note, if you look at all the stories, they supposedly navigated using the stars, which I don't see how that works if you don't have a benchmark on Earth. But it certainly don't work if you can't see the stars. They're supposedly using a slide rule. And they don't remember seeing any stars in Sicily, the area between the Earth and space. So do the math, folks.